Our next problem is number 8. Which expression is equivalent to 4 times the sum of 3x plus 2? Now, what we have to do is we have to find which answer choice will come out to the same as this one if we plug in any number for x. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take a real easy number. And the number I always like to pick is 2. So I'm going to replace x with 2. So what I actually have is 4 times the sum of 3 times 2 plus 2. Now once again, because this is an order of operations question, I'm writing PEMDAS down. So first, I know I have to do what's in the parentheses. But within the parentheses, I have multiplication and addition. Multiplication is on a higher level than addition, so I'm going to multiply first. So I have 4 times 6 plus 2. Now I'm going to go ahead and solve the rest. 4 times 6 plus 2 is 8, and 4 times 8 gives me 32. So if I plug in 2 for x in each of these problems, I have to find the one that will give me 32. So I'm going to start here. Once again, I know multiplication comes before addition. 12 times 2 is 24, plus 8 equals 32. So this one looks promising. Now I'm going to try answer choice B. 4 plus 5 parentheses 2. Once again, multiplication comes first. So 4 plus 10, and that equals 14. I know that is not the 32 I need, so I'm going to go ahead and cross it off and go to answer choice C. Now I have 12 times 2 plus 2 times 2. And once again, I'm replacing x with 2 because that's what I did up here. And I'm just picking a really easy number that I can plug in. So 12 times 2 is 24, plus 2 times 2 is 4, which will give me 28, which is not the 32 I need. And then I'm going to try answer choice D. 12 plus 5, 2. So 12 plus 10, and that will give me 22, which is not the original 32 I needed. So I know that this first answer choice came out to 32, which is what I needed, so I'm going to go ahead and circle it. The next problem is going to be very similar to ones that we worked on before. So once again, we have to ask ourselves, is x on this side by itself? And no, it's not. And remember, our whole goal is to get x by itself. So now we have to ask ourselves, are the number and the letter, are they squished together? And they are. And in this case, because they are, we know they're together through multiplication. And the way that we're going to undo multiplication is through division. Now, we're not just going to divide by 4. What we're going to divide by is -4. And if we divide by -4 on this side, we have to divide by -4 on this side. Now, there's a couple of different rules that we have to take in consideration. So if you remember back on the first problem, we know that a positive divided by a negative will give us a negative. And 16 divided by 4 will give us 4. So we know that something has to be negative, greater than or less than -4. So I know I can cross off A because that is +4. And I know I can cross off C because that is also +4. Now we have to figure out if we're going to do less than or greater than. So normally we would keep the sign the same, going in the same direction. But anytime that we multiply or divide an inequality by a negative number, like we did in this case, we have to flip the sign. So actually the sign is going to go this way. X is greater than or equal to -4. Which would be B. The last problem on this review is just a simple expression that we have to solve. So once again, this does not mean 3 times 3. This means 3 times 3 times 3 minus 31. So in our order of operations, the multiplication is going to come first. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, minus 31. Now, one thing with integers that I prefer the students doing is to turn this subtraction problem into an addition problem and then using the addition rules. So there's 3 steps to turning a subtraction problem into an addition problem. Step 1 is going to be keep the first number the same. Step 2 is going to be change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. And step 3 is make the second number its opposite. So here's what we're going to do. Step 1, keep the first number the same. So 27, I'm just going to keep it as 27. Step 2, change the subtraction to an addition sign. And step 3, make the second number its opposite. So if we look at it like this, the number is actually positive 31. So to make it its opposite, we would go ahead and make it negative 31. So now if we look back on the first question and we go to our addition rules, we're going to see that a positive plus a negative means subtract and take the bigger sign. So if we take 31 and 27 and subtract them, we get 4. And which number has the biggest, or which number is bigger by itself, 27 or 31? 31 is the bigger number, so we're going to take its sign, which is a negative. So the answer to 3 with an exponent of 3 minus 31 would be negative 4.